Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you Pixy versus Loli in round 3 of the second Steel Division 2 championship. Today they are playing on Zbuczyn, and on our left, in the red team playing on the Soviet side, we have Pixy using the 26th Guards rifles and the flatline deployment type. And on our right, in the blue team playing on the Axis side, we have Loli using Ryhma, Raappana and the flatline deployment type. So we haven't seen Loli in the tournament so far. That's because his round 2 game against Jack I didn't get a chance to cast. But we have seen Pixy take out Prestigion in his last game, which was quite convincing, and Pixy doing a good job there. Loli, of course, is a good player and is certainly going to give Pixy a run for his money. Now there's no advantage or disadvantage to come from the deployment types because both of them are exactly the same. So this is more going to come down to divisional matchup and also player skill. So if we look at what Pixy has, he's got the 26th Guards, very well-rounded division with some decent infantry, has got the sort of KV-85s, has the IL-2s, and of course some decent artillery. On the side of Ryhma Raappana, you've got the really strong Finnish infantry, of course, and an abundance of it, as well as a decent air force to back that up. So I'd like to see Pixy get up an AA net early on, just to sort of shut down a lot of what Ryhma Raappana is really about. Let's have a look at some of these deployments. So on the left side here for Pixy, it's going to be bringing down the OT-34 at the start, as well as the T-34E. So using the Flame T-34 there, that's pretty cool. We've got the Maxims. It's going to be 2 units of Gvardia, 2 units of Gvardia DP, Maxim, and GV Komroti. So they're probably going to spread out between the top and sort of mid area of the map, I guess. Maxim heading towards the town. We've got a bunch of units heading towards the town down here. T-34E, the 90 front armor. More Gvardia, which are the standard infantry squads. Ognemachiki, which are the 2-man flamers. Maxim, machine gun squad. And another Gvardia at the back. Further down, 3 units of Gvardia DP and a T-34E. Rather simple stuff. And then we have 2 Sturmovniki Rocks with the Gvardia and Maxim. So yeah, the sort of specialist infantry really coming into play here for Pixy. The Sturmovniki, they have, I think they're the 8-man squads with the 2 flamethrowers. So really, really strong. Would like to see a leader with them though. Make them 3-star veterancy. Really doesn't get much better than that. Over on the side of Loli, we do see a couple of Taka Ampoya. Going to be some Kivari, Lati, Ratsavaki, the Yakari. Got some Sisi, KV behind those. And then we see the AT gun there, infantry gun, I think that is. And then a Pansari Kahu, which is, I guess, just a Panzerschreck squad. Further down, we see the Yakari and the Ratsavaki. Even further down than that, we see another AT gun, the 45mm, with the Yakari and the Sisi. Sisi squads are actually pretty damn nice, and they have the 2-star veterancy base. We got Lati squads. I like how he's bringing in the Lati squads at 2-star veterancy as well. Make those Latis very reliable in killing enemy transports. But behind that, 2 Yakari and the Ratsavaki 45mm AT gun, Yakari and Kivari. So there we go. We are off. Also the Gauntlet coming out at the start. I do really like this biplane. It's an off-map aircraft. Does bring in some pretty decent off-map as well. But the best thing about this Gauntlet is that it's fast. And with the introduction of biplanes sort of diving after they are told to evac, this stays very safe because it can get out very, very quickly. But off-map already being dropped onto the town. That's looking to shut down Pixy's Ognemachiki here. Those are pushing up further than the off-map though. Let's just have a look at the deployments. Both players certainly trying to overstretch towards the center of the map. Pixy zooming up though with those Ognemachiki. Oh, the Taka Ampoya just ripping to shreds one of those jeeps very, very easily. Oh, the off-map's going to come down right onto the Gvardia. Is it going to kill any transports? It does kill one. That's probably just going to pin down the rest of those Givaria. So that's a nice little start there for Loli. Givari, they're in trouble. Don't want to let them get killed off unnecessarily. So going to unload those. And we do see the Yak 9B coming in for the attack onto the Gauntlet. If the Gauntlet doesn't evac straight away, it is dead. The AT gun, going to be going for a couple transport snipes on the top side. I think it missed both of its shots. The Gauntlet's actually going to get away. Yeah, the initial strafing run from the Yak 9B didn't quite get the job done, which was surprising, but I guess the Yak 9B only has its 20mm. If it was the Yak 9T, that might have been a different story. But the Yak 9B going to just be flying around for now. Almost got the off map. That would have been really, really nice for Pixy, because it would have stopped Loli using the second 2 strikes at his disposal. Givari going to be engaging some Givari DP. Givari DP do have an advantage there. AP shells from the Pack 38 trying to take out the OT-34, but at that distance probably not going to have much penetration chance. Yak 9B comes in with a bombing strike, gets the kill. Very nicely done. T-34E going to be engaging the Yakari and the CCKV as they push forwards. These are getting into range of the Maxim there, and the Yakari and the Sisi with their SVTs will start to do quite a lot of damage. Lati and the Panzerschreck looking for the kill onto the T-34E. A nice thing about this Lati is it does have 30 penetration, which is quite high for an AT rifle, and this squad has 2 of them, so you're going to have extra chances to take out the T-34E. I-153, another staple piece of the Ryhma Raappana arsenal. A couple of these can really do a lot of damage. 2 tanks. The Yak 9B, will it be able to get on the tail of the I-153 in time? It's coming back round. I think the I-153 is just too far away. Going to see the MS-406 coming in to challenge the Yak 9B. Gets a nice hit there. And we also see the Vekotin come in as well. The twin 20mm. Will they be able to secure the Yak 9B kill? I don't think so. Looks like airplay on either side. Not really being lethal at all. Taka Ampoya plus the Yakari and Sisi KV. Really, really strong in combination. That's the one thing that I really, really like about Finnish infantry is all of their infantry works so well together. You have things like the Lati squad and the Taka Ampoya, the Yakari, Givari, just all making up for each other's weaknesses. Now these CCKV, they're still not going to be that great in the open though. So do have to be a bit careful. Yakari there, trying to get their Molotov on target. The Ognemachiki actually dodge it. It's a nice micro there from Pixy. Going to see the Gauntlet come in. Another I-153s on the way. Those I-153s are pretty cheap, which is nice. So able to go for a second strike, and it's going to be targeting the weakened T-34E. Not going to be able to get the kill. T-34E goes out of line of sight. I-153 misses the mark. Blenheim coming in. Oh, did that have line of sight onto the 122? No way. Is that going to bomb the 122 off map? Surely Pixy sees that coming. I can't see those bombs. Are they going to hit the mark? Did it even drop the bombs? No, it didn't. Okay, I was going to say. That really confused me for a second. But both players are going to be off-mapping each other. I think, honestly, Pixie's off-map is going to be way more effective because there's a lot of concentrated infantry here and really high-value squads in the Taka Ampoya that this could really take out. Yak 9B, oh, is going to take out the Blenheim as well. Nicely done with the Yak 9. Meanwhile, the infantry gun, the 76mm, is having a go at the Gavaria. The Yakari and Kivari are getting overrun on this top side, and Pixie's got full control up there. We do see the off-map land. One of the Taka Ampoya have died. And we see the BAFCs now engaging the Gavaria. One of them is going to get taken out by the T-34E. The second one might as well, if Pixie allows it. But the I-153 is still hanging about. I don't want to get caught out by, of course, the double fighters that are in the sky. So quite a concentration of infantry on this bottom side from Loli, but it hasn't really been going anywhere. Deployed here with the leader, but hasn't pushed up since. The Lati unloading on the road there, hoping to intercept any infantry, has just kind of stayed there the whole time. Of course, Loli is still in the lead, having control over this flag in the center at the town. But with the Yakari here getting pinned and potentially taken out, this flag might go in favor of Pixy. Now this Yakari, I think it dealt with both of the infantry it came up against there, so really, really nicely done. One really nice thing about the Yakari is they do have 3 of those submachine guns with a 120mm range. Not millimeter, meter range. And that does make a big difference in close range combat. I-153 looking for the rocket strike onto the OT-34, misses as the OT backs up. The Yak-9B is really trying to get on top of these aircraft. The bombing strike did come in and hit the GV Komrati there and the Maxim, but didn't get the kill. Now we see the MS-406 going for a shot onto the Yak-9. Probably not going to be able to get on the tail of the Yak-9. And it's got to be very careful. These Yak-9s could certainly gang up on the MS-406 and take it out. But there is 2 Verkotins on the top side, and honestly it's pretty important for Loli to maintain air pressure in the game, because Ryhma, Raappana and a lot of their power comes from the aircraft. Now so far the Yak-9s have taken down 1 Blenheim, struggling to take down the second at the moment. Well, one of them's got on target though, and that should be a Blenheim going down, but it looks like it just managed to turn out. We've got the Yak-9 trying their best to get on target, but really, really struggling. Now, obviously, there has been a patch since that made the airplay a lot more fluid and a lot better. This is before that patch. But that Yak-9 finally going to take out the Blenheim. MS-406 trying to take care, or nearly taken care of by the Yak-9, but not quite. Both those aircraft are definitely damaged. Nice to see so much airplay though. Double I-153 coming in for the rocket strikes onto the T-34s. Now, not concentrating these I-153s could be a really big mistake from Loli, but this one on the top might manage to kill the T-34E if it doesn't get into cover in time. Nope, neither get the job done. Splitting them like that, I'm not convinced that that's the best thing to do. Making sure you secure at least a kill, I think, is way more important. But there's another Yak-9 going down. So many fighters invested in. So far, a lovely kill from the Yak-9 as the MS-406 comes in its line of sight. The Blenheim's actually going for the Yak-9 as well. Look at that. Loli's just using everything he's got. I-153's getting involved. Wow. Massive, massive air engagement. And it looks like all eyes are on that, because not really much is going on the ground. Yak-9 goes down. I think another MS-406 went down as well. Now we're seeing the Yak-9 engage the I-153. These have got to be really, really careful, because they can get taken out very quickly. Since they are biplanes, they don't have much resilience. And losing the I-153s is really, really bad, because they're probably one of the main things that Loli can use to take care of armor. They reload relatively quickly, they're cheap, and so can get a lot of value killing like T-34Es, for example. Get a couple of them, and job done. Excuse me. So the I-153 trying to get onto the back of the Yak-9. Still the air engagement's going on. Surely Pixy is going to be getting low on fighters. It's still phase A, and we've seen like 5 Yak-9s come out of Pixy. That's kind of ridiculous. It's 2 cards of fighters at least in phase A. But I guess if he saw the matchup, maybe he put them in there on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised. Ratsavaki getting taken out of the backside of the town there, certainly getting caught out. It's really not good news. The only thing that's really holding the front line here right now is the Yakari, and they're about to get killed by the Gavadia. Yep, that's going to be the flag going back in favor of Pixy. And honestly, there's not really much behind. I-153 again comes in with a rocket strike and misses. Pixie's really been on point with his T-34 micro, just getting it back into cover every time, so these I-153s miss the mark. Super important. Looks like Loli is now rushing to reinforce the center, having noticed his loss of control there. Pioneeri going to be the chosen unit. Those are the close range 9-man squads with HE grenades. And they also have AT grenades. Yakari On the bottom side, still standing strong. No push really coming through here from either player. I'm really surprised how stagnant it is. Pixy can't really push too hard with the Sturmovniki, but the Yakari could certainly try to push, I guess. JU-88 coming in with the 50 kilogram bombs. Is he going to kill off his own Panzerschreck squad? Almost. Gavardia do get pinned, just trying to slow them down, I presume, so that he can get his Pioneery into position. This top side, OT-34 is still going strong. 2 infantry guns are moving into position, but no AT guns. So that OT are going to be sitting pretty for the time being. There is a PaK-38 on the way, the 2-star PaK-38 up here. That might be able to help. But the infantry guns are going to have to stay hidden for the time being, and that might allow the Gavardia to get up in their face. So this T-34E, will it take out a squad of Pioneery? Nope, it's too busy engaging the Verkotin. With Nemachiki, gonna get killed off by the Pioneery. Now the Pioneery, they only have standard bow action rifles, so they're not actually that strong. But only one man there, so easy done. PE2 coming in with the 10 HE SAP rockets, basically anti-tank rockets, and certainly get the job done. That time around, those things have a bit more firepower than the I-153s. And just shows it there, taking out that T-34. That now enables the infantry guns to demolish the Gavardia, and that might give back control to Loli on the top side. But we do see the KV-1E being invested in by Pixy. Those can be quite tough to get rid of due to the 110mm of frontal armor. Any sort of medium AT gun's going to suffer. But we do see, in fact, a T-34 go down in the mid. I think that was mainly to the infantry gun. That was one that had been hit by a few rockets from the aircraft previously. So the HE damage from the infantry gun managed to get the kill, I think. I do see a Verkotin go down, though, to the T-34E further down. So that's not necessarily a nice trade for Loli. It's going to want to try and keep his AA relatively intact so that he can control the skies throughout the game. Maxim going to be having a go at these infantry guns, but again the double infantry gun just destroying infantry squads, and that might give the flag back to Loli on that top side. Now I-153 gets a clean kill onto the T-34 further down, but there is the M15 on the field, and that is a 2-star M15, and wow, that absolutely demolished the I-153. It fell out of the sky, no problem. 2 I-153s coming in on the bottom side. Not sure exactly what those were going for, but it looks like this has in fact been reinforced. 2 Yakari and another leader squad. So maybe Loli looking to make a play further down at some point, but still has his eyes drawn to the top side since, again, this hasn't really moved anywhere just yet. Did the double infantry gun takes out another T-34. I guess weakening those tanks with the I-153s did really pay off, allowing those infantry guns to get the kills, but they're going to have a much harder time killing a KV-1E. Either Comrati there taken out by the other infantry gun, and now the Kavari has full control on that top side. We do see the PaK-38 in position on that hill. Doesn't really have the best line of sight though. There's 2 more PaK-38s coming in that are going to be moving further up. Yakari trying to get the better of the Gavardia DP. At close range, the Yakari have a massive advantage due to the Molotov cocktails, plus their 3 submachine guns and SVTs. So Loli manages to take back his little town, but can he push across again to Pixy? It's going to be a very hard ask because Pixy's armor is way better than his, so maintaining a base of fire to help his infantry move forwards against armored targets is going to be very, very difficult. It doesn't really have much to do that. I think the only thing that can really take on like heavy armor per se is like a 1-2-2, and I don't really expect him to bring those in just yet. Pixy, nice off map, going to be coming down here, going to look for the push with the Chernos most likely. But let's pay attention to this bottom side. The Yakari finally moving up with a 10-man leader squad. Are going to be able to get the Molotovs off to make the Sturmovniki move. Do a nice amount of damage and pin them down. That's an instant surrender. Nicely done. Cleans up a very elite squad very quickly and also gives another flag on the bottom side. But it's still a 1 tick. We've only seen 1 ticket per minute go down. I don't know if it's per minute. I'm not actually sure exactly how the tickets work. But either way, yeah, we're only on a 1 tick at the moment, as opposed to a double tick that would be introduced with the 15 to 9. Sissy, going to be engaging Chernos, take those out. They do have an MG that kind of matches the range of their sniper, which is quite nice. But it's not a very accurate machine gun, so quite often they do waste ammunition pretty easily. Now the bombing strike does come down right on top of the Yakari on the bottom side, but doesn't do too much damage. See 2 Ju-88s coming in to hit the Gavardia and Chernos near this objective. So they did off map with the 122. The 122 doesn't do the best job of keeping things pinned down. Did do some damage to these squads, but the Yakari with their SVTs in this position, if all of them can fire at the same time, which it looks like a lot of them are, they're going to do a lot of damage. And yeah, these Gavardi, especially the ones in the open that aren't in cover, will take a lot of damage. We do see loads more Yakari on the way with another leader. And I kind of like the way that Loli is backing up his leaders with spares almost before they die. Yak 9B going to go down to the AA of Loli, but also we've got to note that the M15 did shoot down one of the I-153s. That means there's only one of them left, because if you bring them in phase A, you get 3 on a card, so only 3 I-153s and 2 of them are now dead. So a lot less AT on the side of Loli to deal with those tanks. Yakari surrendering 2 squads, are going to land right on top of some Chernos, but is he going to unload them in time? He unloads one of them. If he can unseat the Chernos, that would be good, but he's actually decided to jump into the same building of them, which is a little strange. This is a better scenario. There you go. When the Molotov lands on the squad. Because if you allow them to engage at close range in a building, then what's going to happen generally is you'll lose a few more men. The 2 Gavardia squad here trying to push onto Yakari and the 10-man leader squad. I think this is the artillery leader. They've not really been too successful. The Yak 9B, though, coming in with the bombing strike will pin those down again for the time being. 2 more Taka Ampuya brought in on the bottom side, and currently it looks like Loli has decent control over this map. The KV-1E, though, has made things difficult, and the abundance of Chernos that Pixie's now throwing out is starting to overwhelm Loli in places where he has a few less troops. On this top side, the one unit that pushed all the way forwards got taken out. One of the infantry guns has also since died, and it looks like the second infantry gun is also going to get overrun quite quickly by the machine guns and rifles of the Chernos. Further down, we see the PE2 going for a rocket strike onto the KV-1E. Does manage to kill it, nicely done, but that is 2 ZSU M15s. Will they manage to clean up the PE2? That would be a very, very nice kill to get. The 37s, will they do it? Yes, they will. The last shot gets the kill. I didn't want to jinx it, but it happened. Yakari going to now be engaging the Gavardia there. If these Yakari could get a little bit closer, that would be ideal, because then they could use their submachine guns on the Gavardia without the Gavardia being able to use their own. Loads of infantry coming in onto this bottom side from Pixy. Really wants to get rid of these Yakari. They've stood really strong at the moment. I'm surprised these haven't moved up as well. Getting these to also help with this engagement would be really nice. But the Yak 9B coming in again with another bombing strike. Does pin down one of the Yakari, not all of them. One of the Gavardi, I think, died before it unloaded, which is a bit silly. Oh no, it looks like it survived. Just the transport died. This Yakari now pinned down. Not going to surrender, not in range at the moment. D34E was pinning that over time. Yakari trying to engage the Gavardi in the open. More Yakari pushing forwards. Have found shots onto the 122mm off map. I hope Pixie was finished with that. So the Yakari going to be able to get onto the backside of the town. And if they can cut off the reinforcements into this town, that might allow Loli to make a push with all of his infantry here and completely overwhelm this central area. It'd be really, really nice. Still struggling on the top side though. 1 unit of Yakari. Can't really hold back 4 squads on its own. The AT gun also in trouble there. 2 Kavari have come in to back that up. We're also seeing more infantry on the way to make that 3 Yakari and 2 more infantry guns. So like the double infantry gun strategy before, and he's going to do it again. So the Yakari here, they've used up their Molotovs, they have backed off. It would be nice if these, again, could move forwards. Lati's still standing out in the open on the road. 3 more Yakari coming in. Is Yakari not in cover? Gavardia from the back gardens, going to be mowing them down. This Yakari, however, did manage to kill off one of the Gavardia. And in general, a Yakari, I would say could probably take out 1.5 Gavardia squads if it was like even matchup in terms of terrain, that is. And so getting the squad down there is nice, but as you can see further up, these 2 Gavardia took out the Yakari when they weren't in cover. Stem of Niki rocks, trying to make a bit of a push, but not getting close enough unless, well, Loli throws his infantry right into them. Bit of a mistake there from Loli. Doesn't want to get damage from those Stem of Nikis unnecessarily. Pack 38 going to be engaged in the T-34E. Not too much damage going to be done there. Pioneeri now engaging Gavardia at range. And these Yakari, they're starting to chew up even more Gavardia. But now the MGs are getting involved. Those Yakari will eventually go down. Double Taka Ampuya, pitting 3 units of Gavardia at the moment. Pack 38 on the bottom side is dead. Looks like the Yak 9B helped take care of that. So, 76mm infantry gun unloaded. Looks like the second one has already died. Yeah, one of them's already gone. Yakari moving in with the Kivari. And that topside could swing back again in favour of Loli. Ju-88 coming in with the bombing strike. Doesn't look like it's going to hit anything. That seems a bit desperate. Pioneeri, they're looking to push across the open, but the OT-34 causing issues. On the bottom side, the CC now engaging the Maxim. Gavardia pushing through now onto the Rastavaku. Now it makes me question on this bottom side whether or not these Yakari were actually in play, like whether or not this might be a bug in the replay, or whether or not they're actually here, because this seems really strange that they aren't moving forwards. PE2 coming in for the rocket strike onto the T-34E. Will it get the kill? Yes, it will. These are really, really nice with those 10 rockets getting the job done there. 3 M15s now on the field, make that 4. These ZSU M15s with their 37s and 250 cals, very, very strong and effective at shutting down Loli's aircraft. Doesn't manage to take out the PE2 that time around, but yeah, we finally see these Yakari move forwards. Okay, so they must have been there. I'm really confused why Loli hadn't used them sooner, though. The Yakari, they are nice 10-man squads with Molotovs. So at close range, they can do a nice amount of damage. Stem of Niki, though, are really, really strong, and it looks like they're going to be able to take care of 2 squads of Yakari on their own. Blenheim does manage to kill 2 units of Gavardia, though, so right back at him. Yak 9B going to be retreating for the time being. Another Pack 38 coming in on the bottom side. I think Loli really needs to make sure that he's not taking these engagements. Use return fire. Make sure that the Pack 38 has a decent amount of penetration before it engages the T-34Es, because he's lost a lot of infantry guns. Well, not infantry guns, but mainly AT guns to those sorts of engagements. But what I'm seeing across the board right now is the build-up of armor for Pixy. He's got the KV-1E and the OT-34 on the top side with the M15. He's got a couple of OBs there covering the advance, OT-34 in the middle, OT-34 on the bottom side, and these things are all being really, really difficult to take care of. However, Loli still in the lead, and his infantry is winning this bottom side engagement quite convincingly. The 2 squads of Gavardia are in trouble amongst many Yakari. One of them is going to be pushing forwards to try and put influence onto this flag, but won't really be able to stop the M15 from just sitting in the middle there. On this top side, the KV-1E will most likely move forwards to capture that flag and stop the influence that Loli has from this flag. So things will be pushed back to relatively even. Loads of Gavadia still on their way though. Pixy really has tons of Gavadia up his sleeve. And it looks like he's going to be trying to use his availability of infantry to basically as a platform for his support weapons to get the better of the enemy. And that's currently kind of what's happening here. The OB-25's going to be engaging the Gavadia, which have been revealed by the Gavadia. It's also got these 3 SG-43s. These are sort of better machine guns than the Maxims, in my opinion. But interesting to see he has both the Maxims and SG-34s on his deck. I-153 trying to get the shot onto the OT-34. Certainly weakened it, but it looks like a Yak-9B is going to take out another Blenheim. This Yak-9B, can it finish off the I-153? I don't think it will. Maybe it can get on target. If it can, that'd be a really, really nice kill, taking out the last of the I-153s. Nope, I-153 gets out. MS-406 is coming in for the engagement there. On the bottom side, the Yakari certainly spread out. If Pixy brings in some concentrated infantry, which it looks like he is, then he might be able to shut down some of this push. Here's Kivari coming in, 2-star veterancy provided by the Rastavaki. They can do a ton of damage to the Gavadia. If they unload and get into the buildings ASAP, that'd be really, really nice. But one thing I have noticed just throughout the game so far is that it seems like Loli kind of suffers with overall like map awareness and does leave a lot of units still in transports. Kind of gets tunnel visioned quite a lot by the looks of things, which is a shame, because if he wasn't, I think he'd be in a much better position right now. Because earlier on, I think pushing down this bottom side, putting pressure on here would have distracted Pixy from the middle town and allowed Loli to really gain a lot of ground. But Loli's still in the lead, still doing very, very well. And the Taka Ampuya, well, they're going to get killed off by the KV-1E. Loads of Gavadia still unloading. I still think Pixy looks stronger on the front line, especially on the top side, but there's not really many flags being taken here. I guess the one in the open at this sort of crossroads and the T-junction. Bottom side though, this infantry is looking more and more sparse. This needs reinforcing by Loli ASAP, because these isolated units of Yakari are going to slowly but surely be outnumbered by the abundance of infantry that Pixie's bringing in. Chernos, Gavadia, Chernos, Gavadia. P2 coming in with the rocket strike actually onto the M15. That is a very dangerous game. I don't know what Loli was thinking there. Those M15s are so strong. And that is such a waste of a P2. Big loss there for Loli. Needs those to take out the OTs and the KV-1Es. Blenheim, looks like that might also suffer the same fate as a P2. Yep, that's going to go down. Well, this one, that's the JU-88, has quite a lot of resilience, but has taken a lot of damage. And that M15 is 2-star veterancy. Nope, the last shot not getting the kill. JU-88 survives, but another Blenheim gone down. And throughout this game, I think Loli's aircraft has just become more and more thin. Like, there's just been slowly but surely shot down as Pixy secured the air with his AA. His fighters, Pixie's fighters, haven't been that effective, but his AA certainly has, and that's made up for a lot of the difference. Yeah, Akari there on reserve fire, certainly surrounded by a lot of units right now. On the bottom, Rastavaki, Yakari, Tagatoyunta maybe waiting for the shot onto the T-34E. I-153 trying its luck against that T-34E, does not get the kill. Will the M15 do the job? Maybe. If the AA doesn't, the Yak-9 in the distance might. Nope, weapon jam from the first hit of the Bofors. And the Bofors might actually shoot down that Yak-9. Couple more hits. Nope, Yak-9's out of there. Oh, 2 more shots. Yep, he got it. Damn. Alright, Rasavaki. They're going to be engaging the Gavadia there. 2-man squad, probably not going to last too long against an 11-man squad. Another squad going down there pretty fast. Gavadia now engaging Yakari at distance. Pretty nice engagement for the Gavadia because they're in heavy cover, and the Yakari and light cover makes a big difference. 2 units of Sturmovniki Rocks coming into the bottom side. Tanketoyunta, they've had their rifles turned off. Their Panzerschreck still turned on. Looks like the Blenheim's coming in for a bombing strike. Yak 9B going in for the bombing strike in the centre. Is going to pin down some Kivari. Still more infantry though coming in from Pixy. Got more of these Chernos. Just more and more and more of them. That's going to make a huge difference. But now we have some more. Well, we have Ratsu Pioneeri on this bot side. These Ratsu Pioneeri, they do have the close range HE, but the Sturmovniki will get the better of them one-on-one because the flamethrowers fire faster than the HE. Gotta be a bit careful. Blenheim coming in with a bombing strike onto the SG-43s, trying to shut those down. Pixy currently 14 to 10, starting to chip away at the tickets of Loli now. And considering this is Ryhma Raappana, I am surprised. Oh my, is that a plane just went down? Yeah, a plane went down and killed one of the transports. But yeah, I was going to say, Ryhma Raappana is an infantry division, so I'm surprised it's going to get potentially run out of infantry by the 26th. Which seems to be the case, I don't know. Maybe he has more up his sleeve, maybe Loli has more up his sleeve, but Pixy, just look at the sheer amount of units on the map in comparison right now. These tanks have really been the foundation of this front line throughout the game. And unfortunately, I think since the AA's come in, it's really made it difficult for Pixy to shut down the armor. And I mentioned how there's not many support weapons on the ground that the Ryhma Raappana can make use of. So only if units overextend can he kill them, and he might kill off this OT. That has been damaged a lot. Does go down, but the M15's looking for the kill. Oh, he's going to take a spray from the 50 cals. And that is a dead I-153, the last of the I-153s going down. Tanketoyunta now happily engaging the Chernos in the open, which is a good engagement, but not with the M15 getting involved. Wow, that's just going to rip that squad to shreds. Ratsu Pioneeri trying to get involved, but not really good at medium range engagements. Only bolt action rifles to make use of, and under fire from the T-34E. The Chernos might actually be able to hold on there and push forwards for a surrender if these 2 squads on the bottom side don't get involved. Gavadia moving through to capture that flag. Briefly a double tick there, 15 to 9. But with the arrival of these 2 Kivari, this flag going back in favour of Loli. This flag is also under threat though. 1 unit of Yakari. I'll make that 2, but one of them is very, very low health. Standing in the way there. More Kivari on the way. We do see the T-26Bs now being brought in. And some Kivari on the bottom side. PE2. It's just gone straight towards the M15 once again. Will the M15 shoot it down? 50 cal fires coming in. That's job done. That, I think, was the last of the PE2s for Loli. So no more AT planes available. Ju-88 might not even get out as well. This M15 doing a lot of damage there. Can he get the shot in? Nope, Ju-88's going to get out. Those Ju-88s with that little bit extra resilience, able to hold on. But yeah, all of the AT rocket planes I think are taken care of, which leaves Pixy with a lot of flexibility. The Blenheim, that's surely going to go down. These things don't have half as much resilience as a Ju-88. I'm trying to zoom in on it, I'm sorry guys. Just to see how much it's damaged. I think one of those M15s, yeah, it's out of ammunition. It's out of the 37mm ammunition. So that's what's saving these aircraft, I think, at the moment. Because if both of them had decent ammunition and were firing at the same time, that's two-star M15s that could easily shut down those aircraft. Ratu Pioneeri do manage to get a grenade onto the Sturm of Niki, but you can see the Ratu Pioneeri just got annihilated by those flamethrowers. Second squad might try and have a go. Yeah, is going to attack move forwards. Is it going to get its HE off? Nope. Being forced to move by the flamethrower. Can it get it off the second time round? Nope. Again, the flamethrower landing first. One more spray from those flamethrowers or the PPSH surrendered. So now this Gavadia spreading out on the bottom side. Similar to what Loli did with his Yakari. But the difference is he's got more coming in behind. And look at this wall of infantry. Journo's pushing forwards. Also got the Gavadia DP there, backed up by 2 KV-1Es and 2 OBs. Things are really starting to collapse. 17-7, although this has been briefly cut off. That is 2 flags under control of these Gavadia. They might be able to be cleaned up by these Raya Yakari. If the Raya Yakari are unloaded in time, which they might not be. They are indeed. Okay, that's good. I was a little worried that he would not pay attention to these transports and that Gavadia would get a bunch of kills there, but the both is going to help out. So that's going to close that little pocket on the bottom side, but it's going to bring it back to 15-9, and 15-9 is still double tick. Yakari, the last Yakari squad, holding their ground. The Gavadia trying to push onto them. Will that last man manage to surrender a Gavadia squad? No, he won't. Goes down. A heroic last stand. One more flag, though, lost to Pixy. Gavadia slowly being cleaned up. OB engaging the Cavari. Cherno's in front. And yeah, this is the big difference, I think, between the 26th and Ryhma Raappana, is that the 26th has the stuff to back up their infantry. The infantry guns as well as the armor. The armor makes all the difference. Ryhma Raappana only has the T-26Bs. We do see another AT plane there. It is going to get out, so there is still one in play at least. Ju-88 coming in with the bombing strike. Not going to be able to save his own troops on this top side though. Maybe looking for help on his second line. His Yakari pushing onto that flag. Raya Yakari. It's all very well them pushing forwards, but they're not going to be doing terribly good with pushing forwards the front line since they're recon squads. They don't really influence anything. That's why the front line's pushing forward so much here. There's, well, for one, there's nothing in the way, but also the Sissy KV is not putting any influence on the front line. And on this bottom side, the Raya Yakari. It looks like they are going to get on top of the Gavadia. The Gavadia have been cleaned up. But there's nothing really to push back and take these flags, unless like the Ratu Pioneeri try and get back to friendly lines, which they haven't just yet. More Kivari on the way, but things are really starting to fall apart here. Again, just look at the concentration of units on the side of Pixy compared to Loli. It's a big difference, and it's only been increasing since around the 20-minute mark. It was very close, and honestly, I think Loli had a lot of control in this game, but it seems like he's kind of taken some bad trades across the board, and also, well, there's two things. There's one is not making good use of his AT guns, which meant that he had to rely so much on his aircraft, which then got shut down. Like his AT guns were getting killed by tanks at a distance, which is really bad. And the other thing was not applying pressure on the bottom side sooner, in my opinion, and letting things get killed off just like Pixy is now. Basically the map awareness, I think, really caught Loli off guard in this, but Pixy is a fast and furious player and has been putting pressure across the map throughout the game, and still is. So yeah, I think Loli almost struggling to keep up, and whilst he was in the lead, I think he maybe got a bit complacent. Yak 9B coming in with the bombing strike, nicely done. Pins down a couple of squads there. Pack. Oh, Miaski and the MS-406 coming in there for the kill. These Mirskis are pretty cool aircraft, actually. PE2 coming with a rocket strike onto the KV-1E, doesn't manage to secure it, unfortunately. But yeah, this Bofors, I thought it wasn't going to get the kill because it's blocked by the line of sight, but did manage to help get the kill with the use of those fighters. Another Ju-88 coming in. Still loads of aircraft for Loli to make use of, but things on the front really just going from bad to worse right now. The sheer amount of infantry that Pixy started bringing in was absolutely ridiculous. Just tons of Chernos, tons of Gavardia, and it just really whittled down the effectiveness of Loli's infantry. Like Loli not being able to really sort of mix up his infantry enough. I was saying how the great thing about the Finnish infantry is that they complement each other very well, but that's also one of their greatest weaknesses, because if you don't have a wide enough range of infantry to back each other up, units like the Kavari just don't really stand very well on their own. You need to get within the 500 meters, use the Kavari with the machine guns to help pin things down at distance, then have the Yakari with their SVTs really do a lot of damage, and if anything gets close, you got the Molotovs. And yeah, it's just sort of that whole dynamic of using the squads together. But now it's getting to a point where he doesn't really have enough infantry to begin with, and can't really mix and match as he would like. So, you know, he's using Kavari for closer range engagements now, and when they're engaging at longer range, well, the OBs are chewing them up. T-26Bs are really trying to help out, but they're really not doing too much. These T-26Bs, honestly, I'm not even sure it's even worth bringing them in on any of the Finnish divisions. They're too slow, they don't have much firepower. Seem like a waste of activation points, but I guess if you got one activation point spare, it might be worth it in this division, because I think that's all it costs to bring them in. Anyway, AT gun going down on the top side to the Chernos. You can see Yakari being engaged by Gavardia DP. See, at the mid-range, the Yakari is going to do a lot of damage, but this particular Gavardia DP takes a couple steps back, and it's absolutely fine. OB-25 getting line of sight onto the Vekot in there might cause it to die if Loli doesn't move it. PE2 coming in for the rocket strike again onto the KV-1E. Does manage to finish that one off, but still pushes coming forwards. These KV-1Es supported by an infantry charge. Nothing that the Kavari can do about it. They don't have the range on their AT to get the job done. Only 100 meter range on those Heat AT, and I guess a Panzerschreck is helpful, but only in certain situations. Like on this bottom side, it might help clean up the T-34E, but not if it gets killed off by the Gavardia DP. The PTRD goes straight into that motorcycle, blows it up, job done. No need to worry about a Panzerschreck down there. T-26B is trying to help the Kavari, but just look at this surround. It's like a big old semicircle just surrounding a bunch of Gavardia, mowing them down. 44 minutes, 17 seconds. It looks like Loli is going to surrender, and Pixy takes the victory. 4,690 kills to 4,015 losses. So, in terms of KD, not a huge KD, but this is probably just the difference between 600 points of infantry, which is a lot of infantry when you think about it. So the Yak-9Bs, I like the Boeing strikes that they did, but had two cards in Phase A, which is really surprising. I think two or three Yak-9Bs, and then the Yak-9s as well. So Yak-9 bombers, or fighter bombers, and then Yak-9 fighters. I guess he did kind of need them. The amount of aircraft that Loli put out as well was quite ridiculous. But getting those M15s up and running was the play, really. Those really shut down the aircraft of Loli throughout the game, and probably got quite a few kills. Gavardia trading quite well there against Sissi, KV, and Yakari and Takampuya. That must have been helped by something else. But yeah, M15s shooting down the Blenheims, the I-153s, the PE2s. Super important. OT 34 there, the SG 43s. Yeah, these T-34s just did very well. Again, ZSU M15 taking out two PE2s. KV, just nothing to really challenge it. This M15 took out three Blenheims. Gavardia trading very well. On the side of Loli. The MS-406s did surprisingly well in the air, and the I-153s did pick off a few tanks here and there, but not really enough to make a difference. Of course, the Taka Ampuya getting plenty of Gavardia kills there. Do love those recon squads with those two snipers. Ratsupainiri on the bottom side managed to get quite a few kills towards the end there, but not really any standout units. Nice control over the map early on from Loli, but didn't exploit his advantage. And then Pixy coming back with just superior amounts of infantry. Not necessarily superior infantry, but certainly superior amounts of infantry. Loads of Chernos, loads of Gavardia. Managed to infantry spam his way to victory, I guess. I don't really want to take that away from him, though. I think Pixy did play quite well and used a nice combination of infantry, armor, and infantry guns to make a strong push, and managed to get his AA up at the right time to shut down Loli's airplay. So there we have it. Pixie's going to be moving on to the semi-finals to face off against Sean, who beat Tukaraski. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting game. But that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.